The boy. You want to transition, what till you get out of school?
Say what, Grandma?
I don't feel like children should go to school like a boy dresses a girl dresses a boy till they get out of school. They shouldn't do it, those transitions during school and use the same bathrooms.
And this is why I keep bringing back the LGBTQ community, because it leads to this.
No, Grandma's
What
has
does it
her
lead
own
to that?
opinion based on something else. But Grandma, we can't hear you properly. What are you saying, ma'am? I can't.
She said that boys shouldn't go to school dressed as girls, and girls shouldn't go to school dressed as boys.
But there are no such thing as boy or girl clothes. Society has told you that girls wear skirts and dresses and boys don't. But in actuality, if you go back to the Middle Ages, it's the men who were wearing high heels. High heels were created by the French for men, for royalty, to not step in their own shit. So, like these gender roles and things are created by society. In actuality, skirts were worn in where I come from, in my culture, men wear dresses. Like so there's no men and women's clothing. I think that the whole LGBTQIA plus topic and the furry topic have nothing to do with each other, because
They don't. There is no connection between the two.
That's someone who's gay is not a dog. Like it's not a gay cat, or you're gay. You are attracted to men. If you're a lesbian, you're attracted to women. You're not attracted to cats and dogs and unicorns. So yeah, it's separate, completely separate. The topic of furries, the topic of fandom. Again, it goes back to, if your child is getting bullied at school and you're allowing your child to dress up as a cat, you are now enabling the bullies.
Right.
But I want to
Okay.
ask Slothy something. Every time she mentions, or every time somebody mentions pride or LGBTQ, she almost becomes unhinged or unglued. What do you have against the LGBTQ, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm pan. I'm
Are
demi
you
pan.
really?
Yes.
Okay, because I get the feeling that somebody in the community has done you wrong in some way, because it's almost like I mean, metaphorically, it's almost like you just like clinch up and get so tense and ready to fight.
Michael, you were shouting at me a minute ago because of your opinion. Like, you were literally shouting at me.
No, not you, Rihanna. I'm talking to Slothy.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, you can't call them out for it if you're going to do it yourself. When you get passionate, you get loud. So
The
does
thing
Slothy.
is, Michael is getting Michael is getting frustrated at the fact that they keep tying LGBTQIA plus to fandom. It's agitating
Okay.
because fandom has no struggle. The LGBTQIA
okay.
plus community does.
But how many times have I said I don't like propaganda because it leads to, fear mongering and people angry at the community? I'm supportive of this community.
Wait, what
I
does
don't
the
want anything to happen.
LGBTQIA plus community have to do with your child dressing up as a cat and hissing and barking? If an adult if you go to Starbucks and your favorite, cashier is now wearing ears and starts barking at you, like,
Okay, so my sister's in the chat. I said, how many times have I been up to your nephew's school about the litter boxes? She said 5, 6. She's telling you.
Okay, but again, has anybody seen this?
My kids see it every day.
Have you guys seen it?
no, but
I
why?
don't
Why
know.
is it? What's
I
the
think
difference
that
between
it's-
them and kids? If the kid is
Because kids make
experiencing-
shit up.
No, but you're making
You know
shit
what?
up.
I
right
raised
now.
my.
Her kid makes things
You're
up.
you're not a
People
mom,
that make
and I
shit
tell
up.
you what,
You're
I
calling a
raised
kid
my
a
kids
liar.
pretty fucking good. I
Yeah,
raised my kids good.
Man,
I'm
Slothy,
not
that
saying
was
you
out of
didn't.
order.
You you are. You're calling my kid a liar.
Yeah, that
And
was
I
out of
will
order.
not tolerate that. You do not call my kid a liar.
It's not
I
happening.
raised him with
Slotty,
dignity,
okay,
respect.
can I just also say something?
That would
Slotty,
also
just
be a
because
wildlife for them
okay,
to come up with.
but sorry, can I just say something? Slotty, you may have experience with kids from your own experience in school being liars and things, but you can't label everyone else's kids that. It's offensive. There are kids
I'm
out
gonna
there.
label them that when every single time it comes up. It's not true.
Thank you, sis.
But it's not
Firecracker
true.
has
How do
Harrington
you know
too.
it's
not
No, it's not true. How do you
Just
know it's
because
not
I'm a
true?
mom.
Because you're a mom.
Just
I'm a
because.
mom too. And also, my husband is a high school teacher who has said that this is happening. So, are you going to dispute
You just
me
said
too?
it wouldn't happen because your husband
It
said
does
they don't
happen.
tolerate
It's happening
that.
in California. My husband is a California high school teacher, and he's having these. He came back and asked me about it and said, "Is this like?" He had to ask me about it because he's in his 50s. He was asking about the. It's happening. It is actually happening in schools, and just because your own experience, you can't dispute someone else's experience because of your own.
But again, no pictures. Nobody has actually seen these.
Okay, but that's because up
ma'am.
until now
Who goes
it
in
hasn't
bathroom
been a
to take
topic of
pictures?
conversation. Up until right now, it hasn't been a topic of conversation because no one cares to talk about it. But in actuality, it's happening. Just because we're not talking about it and raising awareness and blah 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 doesn't mean it's not happening.
And yes, and the thing is like whenever it comes down to it, whether it's happening or not, whether there are litter boxes in some schools, it's being talked about to put into law. So that should be enough for
Yes, and
everybody
that law
to be
got
like,
shot
what
down.
the fuck?
That
No,
law
but
got
it
shut down
doesn't.
because they
Okay,
don't have
but
proof.
okay, but listen, it
Exactly,
doesn't excuse the
sis.
fact that
There you
there are
go.
children in school who identify as cats and dogs.
My sister just spoke in the comments.
I said the same thing. Who goes in the bathroom? And I mean, you see people take selfies in the mirror, but who goes into the bathroom and takes pictures of toilet?
Then have the school take a picture. I don't know. I don't
So
know
you
what to
want
tell
my
you.
son to go out and get a picture of a kid? Who knows if you're not a pedophile or something? My son isn't going to send you a picture of some kid in a litter box.
Oh my
You
God.
nasty ass.
I didn't say
Yeah,
a
that
kid.
was kind of weird to say.
The thing is,
I didn't say a kid
you're
in the litter
sitting out
box.
here discrediting her kid, who is going to school, who is a child in school, and you're
Okay, I
saying
didn't say a
all
kid
children-
in the litter box.
Yeah,
I
but you're
said a
saying
person in the school after hours can go in there and take a picture when nobody is in there. I would never advise take a picture of
Nasty ass.
someone. What the fuck? How am I the nasty one? I'm not making up lies.
Yeah, but you're
I'm not a
sitting here
fucking
calling-
pedo. Don't even start with that.
No, but you're sitting here calling
You're
her
sitting there
child
telling
a
me to have
liar.
my son get pictures of him in the
I
freaking
didn't
litter
say
box.
that.
You nasty
I said when
ass.
there's nobody around. I didn't say take a
Okay,
picture of
but
a
the
fucking
thing is,
kid in this
Slotty,
imaginary litter
Slotty,
box.
you need to
I'm
see
glad you don't have kids.
Firecracker, hold on, Slotty, you have to see a picture in order for it to be proven. Because
Yes, I do.
Well, hold on,
Not,
because-
again, no
because-
kids in the bathroom. Just
hold
to see.
on, because kids lie. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, so you're
This is
calling
all
her child
rage
a
bait.
liar. So
My
you're
kid's
calling-
got
Yes.
a higher IQ than you, honey.
Wait, hold on, Slotty. So
Saying
you're
it's
calling
rage bait.
Slotty,
if
you
you
can't
weren't
call
part
her
of the
child a
community.
liar.
Can I talk
You're
to your
only
child?
calling
I
it
don't fucking
rage
know.
bait because you're part of the community. If you weren't part of the community, you would not be defending it this hard.
Thank you, Ron.
I'd be defending it this hard because it's all been disproven. Even someone in the comments said Joe Rogan took it back.
Yeah, but we're not talking
It's
about
not
Joe Rogan.
happening.
We're talking about
Joe
the
Rogan
fact that
is-
there are
He
children. Okay,
he
hear me
pushed
out.
it.
Okay,
He pushed
pause,
it and then took it
pause.
back.
I'm gonna say it again. Yes, that was propaganda, and yes, that was a hoax, but that was 2021. There are actual children going to school right now who identify as cats, and what if they are using those cat litters that Hokido said were put in there because of school shootings? What if they're using it as toilets? What if they've taken it that far? You can't
That's
say
an assumption, isn't it?
yeah, so is her statements are assumptions as well, and their opinions. It's not fact.
Has your son just said he's seen litter boxes, or said that kids actually go to use it?
Kids have been going and using it. And this has been going on for 3 years.
Did your son say that?
Yes, my son and his friends. And my thing is, if they have them, they have them. But don't send them in all at the same time.
You guys can't discredit her because her son is actually going to school where this is
Well,
happening.
you know what? My sister's in here right now. And I just asked her if she would take a box.
Oh, I can absolutely drop for her to take the box. That's fine.
Oh, you're good.
And I can
just
also say
may
this.
not take a box because she's pissed off now.
And here's the other thing.
You could all yell at me. I don't care.
If I'm gonna just say this, if her kid brings a picture of the litter box, then someone's going to say, yeah, but there's no poo in it or there's no pee in it, so it's not being used. There's always going to be something to discredit it. But in actuality, these are children watching it happen. These are children sitting out here experiencing these things, and you're coming out here to say that all children are liars. Starting with all due respect, I don't know what experience you had in school. I don't know who lied about you or lied to you or just lied, period. Maybe you did, but not all children lie. I didn't lie when I was a child. In fact, I was terrified of lying because my mom would kick my ass.
The 3 rules in our house: you don't lie, you do not cheat, and you do not steal. 3 rules in our house.
Is that
What am I
normal
supposed to
behavior,
believe
by
on
the
this-
way? Is
for
this
this
normal
person?
behavior? Is this normal behavior? I'm just curious. Is this normal behavior?
Okay, what does the
No.
rest of the article say?
You're gonna say it's propaganda.
Because that's the bill they shut
What
down.
does the rest of the article say? San Antonio, a new bill has been proposed to prevent the alleged non-human behavior. Texas schools, and it has the governor's backing.
Yeah, the bill that got shut down because they had no proof.
Yes, this was Republicans trying to pass a bill to put something in place in law to ban something that wasn't happening in their schools.
It clearly is happening if it's... Oh, okay, it doesn't matter. You're going to dispute anything that's shown.
I'm in Texas, honey. I know what's going on in Texas.
Okay, don't honey
The thing
me.
is, hold on. The thing is, you're reaching because you're saying that the agenda is towards the LGBTQIA plus community.
It is. In Texas, it completely is.
What do furries have to do with the LGBTQIA plus community?
Because the far-right propaganda starts with furries, and then they transition it into LGBTQ discrimination to trans
How?
discrimination.
But how?
Just like that one video you played where they, my
but you
furries,
know-
I give them a pin when they transition to
Yeah,
transgender.
but that's a teacher, and that he is gay, and that's his own thing. But I'm asking you, how does it relate? How do they transition?
They don't.
They do not, but it's used as propaganda to start
How?
affecting the LGBTQ community.
Yes, so how? How do you go from
Are
furry?
you guys against furries?
What?
No.
Are you guys
How
against
dare.
furries?
Well, so how do they? What's the agenda? How is the agenda used? Like, how do you go from furries, and then how are furries being used as propaganda against the LGBTQIA plus community?
Because it starts with the furries, and then they say, "Oh, these kids they're starting to transition into trans. We need to block out the furries to stop this
Are
stuff."
you
That's what
transitioning from
happens.
human to animal? Is that trans?
They're claiming that. It's all to fearmonger that something is happening in our
Transition
schools.
and transsexuals and transitioning are 2 different things.
I'm aware, but people don't know that. They think, oh, now my kid's going to be trans species and get indoctrinated.
No, people don't
What?
It's
think.
not happening.
What are you saying?
What?
What?
That makes
That
no
one
sense.
video.
I've never heard that in my life.
I haven't either.
How do you go from your child is now part of the LGBTQIA plus community because they have transitioned to a cat?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they use this as.
Exactly.
I'm saying they use that as fear mongering that something is happening in our schools.
I'm
But how
not
does
going
it relate to the LGBTQIA plus community?
So KJ,
Because-
I will say that I do, like I said, I do debates, and some of them are about transgender people, and there is a lot of people that are against the transgender community, that are they're trying to separate the LGB from the TQI, all that. They're trying to separate the two.
Yeah, but
they also put, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to overspeak you, but they also put the transgender and the furries together because they don't see that that transgender people are just people. Like
But I'm
they're
sorry,
just.
but hold up. How transgender and furries are 2 different things just based on the fact
Oh, correct.
that you transgender
My-
go from male to female or female to male, but
My
not
sister-
male to
my
animal.
sister-
Oh, absolutely.
My sister
Oh, no,
just
trust me,
wrote. My sister just wrote
That's trans
using a
species.
litter box has nothing to do with LGBTQ.
But you guys aren't getting it. I'm
No,
not saying they
No, but we
directly.
are getting it.
It's
But
like
listen, again, only idiots will say that it's propaganda because only idiots fall for that kind of propaganda. Because how do you say that someone
And why
who
do you
is
think Trump got office?
Exactly.
Listen.
Exactly.
Oh,
Because
okay.
we have stupid
I
people
want
here
you
that
what I
believe
am
this.
saying? Okay, you said
Lord,
use
we're
common
not
sense.
turning this
Okay,
into
but hold,
politics yet.
hi. You said let's use common sense. So common sense here is if someone is transgender, they're not trans species. Transgender means male to female, female to male. Biology. Now,
I
how
know.
do you say yes? What's transgender?
Okay, what I'm trying to say though
No, you're
is
not.
people.
No, you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're just trying to say something.
No,
you're not trying to
I'm
listen
trying
to what
to
I'm. No, you're not
I'm trying
explaining
to.
anything. A transgender and trans species are two different things. So how is it trans? The T in LGBTQIA plus is not trans species. It's transgender. They're not changing their species. They're changing their gender. You're not going from male to cat, from
Okay.
female to dog.
And Julie
Because-
just explained it to you as well that they group the T from the LGBTQIA
So I'm saying
with
that
furries.
those people who are referring to it as propaganda are the same as those people who are falling for it as propaganda because it's dumb and stupid and there's no such thing as trans species.
That's my point. That's my point. Because transphobe will be like, oh, well, no kids are turning into cats and becoming transracial. And we all know that's not a thing. That's not real. But they will group it in. That's what I'm trying to say. I know it's not a real thing. But they use
Okay,
it
but
to
then
push
again,
the
you're not
thing.
listening to what I am saying. I acknowledge that. I'm not discrediting what you're saying. What I am saying is that anyone who's arguing this on both sides are dumb, are stupid, are uneducated, have no common sense, like you said, because if this is your argument and we're having a conversation about this, excluding the LGBTQIA plus community, but you keep dragging it in, then you are pushing that propaganda too.
Well,
Because
Because it's what's happening.
we as human beings are isolating it on here on TikTok. Don't care about America and what's happening there with Trump and this and that. I'm talking about what's happening right here with our conversation, and you keep tying it to the propaganda that we're not talking about.
Because that's the only reason this litter box thing started. That's
No,
literally the only
no,
reason.
but not,
It
you,
completely-
hold
it's
on, sorry,
completely
sorry,
tied.
Hakito, but you're using that as propaganda because you are trying to discredit her son by saying propaganda when in actuality her son is coming with the fact that there are litter boxes in their toilets and you don't want to believe it, so now you're using propaganda to discredit him. So how are you different to those MAGA people and those right-wing or whatever you're calling them? Thank you, Uncle Stephen.
Because every
Because
single
you're-
time it's been brought
no,
up,
but
it's been
you're doing the
debunked.
same thing that they're doing. You're doing the
And that's
exact
why I
same
said
thing because
picture.
you're calling her son a
But in
liar.
her case, it's not been debunked.
Okay,
You're
but
doing
again, it's her
exactly the
word
same
against.
thing. You're calling her son a liar and you're using propaganda to do so.
It's not propaganda.
Yes, it is
That's not what
propaganda.
propaganda is.
Yes, it is because you're calling her son a liar and then you're going back to, yeah, because LGBT did it, and we're not talking about that. Every time it's a right wing, it's this and
You're
that.
the
But we're
one
having a
that's tying
conversation
it to the
isolating politics.
LGBTQ.
Michael, I'm not tying it to the
I
LGBTQ.
didn't
I'm
say
saying that
you.
it's being
I didn't
used
say
as.
Yeah,
you.
but
I'm
we're not
talking
talking
to
about that,
Slappy.
Hokido. We're not talking about that. We understand that that's what's happening, but we're having a conversation here, and you guys keep tying it to that. And Slothy is using it to justify why she believes all children are liars, and she needs a picture of a litter box in a toilet. So how is she any different to all those people on Fox News, all those people sitting out there pushing propaganda, when she's using it as a tool to demonize her son and calling her son a liar? She's doing the exact same thing. The things that she's criticizing and condemning, she's doing to her.
He was going. You emptied this out. And
Like,
then,
I'm
I mean, I hate to say it,
Honestly.
but I think my son's more educated than you. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude,
No.
but
Well, that's why I'm saying picture or it did not happen.
Yeah, but then you are part of that propaganda, Slothy.
Even if she showed a picture, you would dispute the picture. You would say, "Oh, it's AI."
that's exactly what she would
No,
do.
You don't
would
know
say, yeah,
that.
but it's there for a
You
different
don't
reason.
know that. You don't know that about me. I'm just.
Well, you
I don't
just-
go
you-
up people's
and- okay.
words.
You don't know her
Yeah,
son
but you
either.
don't know her
that
son
about
either.
her
You're
son.
calling her son a liar.
Exactly. You don't know her son. I don't know you.
Yeah,
You
take
just
a
made an
picture.
assumption
Take a
about her
picture of the
son.
kid using a litter box, so I can see him using a litter box.
I didn't say that.
Yes.
Again, I didn't say the kid using it. I said after hours something when nobody's there. Have the school provide it.
You
If
didn't
this is
say
such an
after
issue, have the
hours.
Okay,
school
so can I
provide
ask
proof.
you? So
Even if you saw the
Slotty,
picture,
hold up,
what if
Slotty,
you put it back?
hold up. So if she comes with a picture tomorrow of a litter box in a toilet, are you going to be like, okay, sorry, your son's not a liar, and wow, it's true?
Yeah,
Or
I'll
are you gonna come-
apologize.
Okay, so then you're going to accept the fact that there are kids in school using litter boxes if she shows you a picture of a litter box in a toilet.
I can't 100% say yes, but it just depends.
Depends on what. So then why does she
To be
give
honest,
a picture?
after today, I'm done with this whole thing. I'm so disappointed that nobody actually understands.
Be done
I
with
don't,
it when
at
I-
this point, I don't care anymore. I do not care anymore.
because you're
I
wrong.
made a mistake coming up here. I'm not wrong.
You're
I'm
fucking
not
wrong.
wrong.
Ass hurt because you're wrong.
You are wrong. You called her child a liar. You're wrong. You're propagating propaganda out here. You are just as bad as all those people who's pushing propaganda because you can't accept the fact that there's a world that we live in that has common sense but also has weird shit like kids pooping and peeing in litter boxes and toilets in schools.
Do you not think that's such a bizarre lie? Like, that's such a far-fetched thing for a kid to come up with.
Can I, so I Googled it. I don't know if you could give me the big screen, but, this is what Google says. And I'm not calling anybody a liar, but it is so easy for somebody to, I mean, Google is not a credible source, but just 1 second.
You guys are really missing the point in the comments where I said not a kid using it.
Yeah, but it's not
No,
about
I don't
that.
care about the attention.
Yeah, but it's not about the kid using it. It's the fact that you are sitting here calling her child a liar based on the fact that it's propaganda for you. Then you're also
Okay, but it's
pushing
not fair to
propaganda.
call me a
Yeah, but
pedo.
you're pushing propaganda in the opposite direction.
That doesn't make any sense.
It does make sense. Why are you defending furries?
I'm not defending furries. I'm
Yes, you
defending
are.
the fact that
Yes,
this is
you are. You're
misinformation.
discrediting her son.
This is just what Google said. This is not a
We
credible
understand
source.
that. Hello, Julie. We've already said that.
No,
I'm
no,
saying-
no. I'm not disagreeing with.
No, but
with
Julie, can you understand? Can you listen to what I'm saying? We understand that that was a hoax, but that was in 2021. It's 2025. Why can't people fathom a world where people now? What if the same litter boxes that were put here or put there? That's a hoax. But what if it's true now?
Yeah.
That's from 2021.
No, you're right. And that's what I was saying is like you can't go to Google for a credible source because this is just what they bring. If somebody's child is saying that this is happening, then I believe that 100% over Google.
But Slotty says
That's
children
all I
lie.
was trying to say.
Thank you, Julie. But Slotty is out here saying that children lie. So it can't be true. He doesn't believe it. There's no common sense in that.
Okay, that's weird. That you say that. Were you a habitual liar?
I'm not a
Sloppy.
liar. I'm
But
not
then
a
how do you
liar.
know all children lie?
No, as a child.
No. No.
So then
I've
why
had
are
plenty
you
of people
going-
lie to me. That's not what I'm saying. If it's been a hoax, why would all of a sudden schools be like, okay, sure, why not?
2025.
But you
We've
you
heard.
have said all kids lie. So did you lie as a kid?
I didn't say all kids
No,
lie.
you did.
I never said that.
You,
I
did.
never
you
said that.
did say that.
You did say that. And there's people in here saying that there's litter boxes
Wow.
in your damn kids' schools. Keep
You
look
said
at the
all
chat.
kids lie.
And that's the
everywhere.
thing is like this. Well, don't get stressed. But like, this is the thing is like you can't just say all kids lie, and you say that you didn't lie as a child.
I didn't say I
Because
never
you were a
lied.
kid
I just
once.
didn't. Yes, I was a kid.
Lottie,
Yes.
real quick. I just said I've been Googling this whole time I've been muted. In Ohio, there are actually buckets of litter put in schools for if there is a lockdown for a school shooting.
That's where it all started, was seeing the picture of that. Yes, they do. That's where this whole thing started.
So why can't?
Okay, so
why
for the fact that I just had to go and Google that, could you not have told everybody that like 25 minutes ago?
I did.
No, but like that's
I
the thing.
did so many times.
Yes, but again,
No, you didn't.
Okay, but
I
what I'm
did.
trying to say is, if your child is going to school and identifies as a cat, who's to say your child is not shitting or pissing in that cat litter?
Yeah, that's a fair.
That's
Saw
not.
you are correct. There are actual
The cat-
documentaries
the cat look-
advocating for litter boxes.
Sorry, Fire.
And where's the proof of that?
There's no. See, the thing is that it wasn't put in for school shootings. It was put in because children are going to school and not the wooden spoon, but people are going to. Children are going to school thinking that dressed up or that they're furries and this and that. Like that's why they did it. It's not because of school shootings.
It is because of school shootings. It absolutely is.
And it might have
No, hold on. Did the toilet stop working?
How often do y'all
They
have
can't
school
leave the
shootings?
room.
Be silent.
might have
You have to be silent.
Fluffy.
Hold on,
It might have started that way.
Pause. Wait, can I ask you two things? How often do y'all have school shootings? And number two, during a school shooting, I'm sorry, I'm not in a position to say this because I've never experienced it, but I don't think anyone's going to go to a toilet or a litter box to defecate. I would do it in my pants. Like, you're going to stand up while you have to keep down the whole time. At what point?
Any child would.
They lock
Each
in
child
place
would.
during school shootings.
Exactly.
Nobody is going to go into the corner of the classroom to go pee
Relieve themselves.
or shit. Like that's not happening.
But if
That's
it's an
not
option
happening.
after hours, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Because the toilet stopped working?
They can't leave the room.
Okay, so if one person poops in the litter box, then all the other people can't use the litter box.
They just use it and empty it out after. I don't know.
Where are you going to empty it out if you're
What?
on lockdown because there's school shooting? There's someone
Afterwards?
being shot or shooting up the school.
After
that
it's
doesn't make
done.
sense. Why
So
would
the
you
sh-
put kitty litter because of school shootings? That
The
doesn't
the
make sense.
janitors are going to have to clean up this kitty litter. This
It is
doesn't
a
even
bucket,
make
by
sense.
the way. It's a bucket, not an actual cat box. Just so people know.
It doesn't matter. You said kitty litter, right?
Yes,
That is
kitty
in this
litter because
bucket.
it absorbs well, but it's in a bucket. It's not in a fucking cat box.
Are they also scraping their paws to cover over what they did?
No. It's a very
Sorry.
serious situation.
Sorry.
Okay. But I get what you're saying, that it started because of school shootings. Okay? And she read that it's in Ohio. And I live in Ohio. And the first thing I said was there's a lady at my church who teaches in a school in Ohio that claims there is furries and they have litter boxes in the bathroom.
That's hearsay.
That's hearsay.
It is hearsay. You
How-
said somebody you know that you.
That she told me, so
Oh, do you have any kids?
Do I have kids? No, I
Yeah.
have 3 grandchildren and a nephew and a niece.
Have you ever been to their school in the bathroom, sir?
No.
How do you not know that they don't have them at their schools?
How do you know that they're being used for furries?
No, how do you know that the
that's not
furries
what
are
I'm
not
asking.
using them? It's not about being put there for furries. How do you know that the furries are not using them nonetheless?
How does she know?
No, but none of us know. But if there's a child in the school telling you that there are furries using kitty litters, why is it
So
so
your
hard to
so
believe?
your son and let me put it this way. You said your son and his friends have told you that furries go and use those litter boxes. So your son and his friends are going and watching kids in the stalls use the bathroom?
They're not
It's
in the
called
stores.
when they
they're
go
outside
inside the
the
bathroom.
store.
They don't go into. They don't go watch them. My kids aren't like that.
Well, you
Also,
said your son. You said your
Hokino-
son and his friends have said that that's
Yeah, but
being used by
you
furries.
can if you go to the toilet and you see a kitty litter with shit in it. Was it a cat that defecated in it, or was it a child?
Or too big of shit for a cat.
You have when I was in high school, you had kids going in the bathroom taking shits and then spreading their shit all over the walls. You have kids that are seriously fucked up in the head.
Yeah, so why is that okay?
Why is it assumed that because it's a litter box that
so
it's a
then
furry?
why
What
is
if
that
it's not?
acceptable? But why is that acceptable? And the thought
Firecracker, I'm gonna need one of
child
them.
shitting in a kitty litter not.
So then my rebuttal is, so if they saw shit in the litter box, why are they assuming it's a furry and not just some other kid? Did they see this furry take a shit in the litter box?
Listen, okay, Hakito,
It's kind of common sense.
if her kid is saying that these litter boxes are in the bathroom outside the stalls, I'm pretty sure there's some furry lifting up his leg and peeing at some point. You know, boys' toilets have urinals. So in the
Okay,
same
but
breath,
again,
when
you
you're
guys are
out there,
assuming that these kids think that they are animals when that's not what it is.
Okay, so what is a furry then?
So what's the
What
fucking
is
furry
a
then?
furry? What is a furry? If they don't think that they're animals, what is a furry?
It's a social thing. I'm at this point. I'm
it's
trying
not
to think how to
a
describe it.
social thing, Slothy. Just because you had some sort of interaction with people who are part of your social thing, it doesn't mean that it's still the same. There are people out here, children out here, who are cats and dogs and are acting like cats and dogs and wearing harnesses and leashes, not for sexual, not for any fetish, but because they identify as cats and dogs.
KJ, not to interrupt, but I'm going to set my phone down. If you guys want to join my OnlyFans club, here it is right here. And I'm going to take a little bit of an intermission. I got to go charge my spoon.
Cook it, girl, cook it. What I'm trying to say is that if children are going to school to learn, why are they dressing up in cosplay to learn? Why are they bringing their hobbies to school? I'm sorry, but that's not furry anymore. That's identity.
I don't know anymore. I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm so tired of this. I'm done.
Do you identify as a furry?
I used to be.
You used to what?
I used to be a furry.
Who just said that?
Why did you stop being a furry?
I just didn't really identify with it anymore. Nothing happened. Just kind of fell out.
Who just said they used to identify as a furry?
Me.
That's all you heard, Grandma.
Who is that? I can't see.
It's Slothy who said she used to identify as a furry.
What the hell?
When I asked you at the beginning, you said you were. When I asked you at the beginning, that's the only reason I took your opinion over Hikito's, because you said that you were one.
It's kind of on and off.
You used to
Bro,
be a
come on.
furry.
Tell me you're confused without telling me you're confused. Really?
Okay, so what? Okay, may I ask you, Slothy, what made you, see, well, you know, the whole furry thing? How did that even start?
Okay. So, as I said before, last time I was on here, I am autistic, very socially awkward, a lot of issues going on. And I was on YouTube and I found friends that were furries through, community and stuff. And it was a chance for me to make friends and have people to communicate with, and we had similar interests. And like Hokito said, it is a lot of time kids that are, normal, quote unquote. And this was a way to express myself. In fact, a lot of people, not the pup masks, but the regular masks, it is a way for them to feel better, to feel less anxious. I never had a fursuit. That's not me. I've been in this since 2007. It was only an online thing. Later on, I met people in person through Facebook groups.
Can you not see how that's disconcerting as an adult? You're socializing in and amongst children, talking about.
But can we let her finish real quick?
Okay.
I just want to hear. I just want to hear.
Okay. So when I was 13 and started, I was talking with people that